If you guys remember a long time ago, all the way in 2016, when a certain orange man won the presidency, a bunch of celebrities got on Twitter and they're like, "We're gonna move to Canada," or a bunch of such nonsense.
These promises, which they never followed through on, of course, because they have to stay here in order to annoy us.
So it says, not hanging around for whatever Elon Musk has planned. Shonda Rhimes is among the celebrities announcing that they have quit Twitter after the Elon Musk takeover.
You will not be missed.
Look, this is one of those things that, okay, in skating, there's this thing that people used to do where, like, if they were like in a bad mood and, you're somebody that's like emotional and you're online all the time, I'm quitting. Don't just do it. If you're going to quit, you just quit. You don't announce to the world that you're going to. There's literally nothing that says I'm not quitting more than announcing that you're quitting something.
Well,
am I right?
What should happen now is that she gets suspended from Twitter so that Elon can say, you didn't quit, you're fired.
You're fired from Twitter. So there's a list.
He's already fired so many people.
There's a list of celebrities. So imagine, Shonda Rhimes is still kind of relevant, but imagine like caring what Sarah Bareilles thinks.
Right.
On Twitter. Like, is she going to write? Is she going to write?
Well, it's been fun, Twitter. I'm out. See you on other platforms, peeps. Sorry, this one's just not for me.
So she's not going to write your love song.
By being on another social media platform, you are openly endorsing all of their operating practices and every executive in the company and all of their personal decisions.
She's like, I don't think much of Elon, but
good to know that you love Mark Zuckerberg and you love Chinese spyware on TikTok.
She's like, I love the Borg.
You just openly endorsed that.
I don't even know who the hell Ken Olin is. He's an executive producer and Emmy-winning show. From the show This Is Us. Okay, well, he made This Is Us. Of course, he's a freaking. Okay.
He said, "I'm out of here. No judgment. Let's keep the faith. Let's protect our democracy. Let's try to be kinder. Let's try to save the planet.
Okay.
To be more generous. To find peace in the world."
This is the thing. There is nobody in the world.
You first.
There's nobody in the world less likely to be nice to you than somebody who says that everyone. Nobody is meaner than somebody who says be kind on their social media. True. And there is no catchphrase more painfully stupid than the constant celebrity nagging to tell everyone to protect our democracy. Like, they literally never shut up.
Yeah, like, if you actually cared about protecting our democracy, would you not boycott TikTok, which is actively spying on American citizens?
Yep. So Brian Koppelman, from the showrunner for Billions, closed out his account. He told his Twitter followers to follow him on Instagram and TikTok instead. Look, I'm okay with just quitting, but making the announcement, I give most of these people like a month. They're too addicted to it. They love Twitter. They're not going to do what Kanye does and just post blank squares with word posts, right? They need to post. Some of these people post hundreds of times a day.
Yeah.
They tweet hundreds. They're addicted to it.
They're doing the doom scroll every day. And, if they were serious about quitting, would they not just ghost the platform?
Dude, you would think so.
I love people. I hate bots. I hate whatever. By the way, and this isn't like a political thing. I hate people that none of their opinions are their own. Everything is a carefully constructed performance to appease individuals that would normally not give a F about them.
Yep. Rob Reiner is like that. He's
vote
blue no matter.
Mr. Twitter fingers himself.
Yeah. For those who are fighting to preserve our constitutional democracy, notice they never say constitutional republic, which is what it actually is.
Right.
Now is the time to leave Twitter. Now is the time to vote blue. Wouldn't this be the time to stay on Twitter and spread your message?
No, because that's not the talking point.
One good thing about Elon buying Twitter is that I will finally leave and stop being a complete menace to society on here. So it's a win-win for you all, really. Jamila Jamil is so painfully self-absorbed.
Someone said, certainly a lot of celebrities that nobody has heard of are trying to boycott Twitter ownership and urging people to leave the platform. So Karen, who starred in a movie nobody heard of 18 years ago, I'll stay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And imagine caring what Rob Reiner thinks in 2022. Steve Van Zant says, Dear Elon Musk, some free advice. from one of the world's, I don't know what that word is, world's
Free advice.
how's that pronounced? Consigliere? Conciliary? I don't know what that means.
Conciliary?
Conciliary? You will be making the biggest mistake of your life if you put Hitler back on the most effective means of communication in the modern world. The kind of mistake you will never, ever be forgiven for. Notice how much first of all, the false equivalency here, right? You automatically compare him to somebody that's obscenely worse. And then you say that the only way to do right by the world is to silence them from saying anything. These people are not just authoritarians, they're annoying authoritarians, which is somehow worse.
As a
You
person
know-
that loves sarcasm and finds it sexy when some people are sarcastic, I am so sick of snide.
Yeah. Snark
Snark is
and
not
snide
the
needs
same
to,
thing as sarcasm. I think.
I despise snark. I think that's one of the things that's why I hated almost everything that's made that's feminist nowadays, because it's all snark. They do not know sincerity. They haven't known
Speaking
sincerity.
of snark feminism, you know who else quit Twitter, but she did it earlier than the rest?
Who?
Jamila Jamil.
I read that.
Yeah.
I read that one. Yeah, she quit.
Well, but she didn't do it for real. She already came back.
Yeah.
She's been posting all month.
Yep.
Did you miss me?
LeBron James says, I don't know Elon Musk, and to be honest, I could care less who owns Twitter, but I will say that this is true, that if this is true, I hope he and his people take very seriously, because this is scary AF. So many damn unfit people saying hate speech is free speech. There is nothing, and I know that this doesn't need repeating. There is no such thing as hate speech. You're a censorious piece of shit.
Whoa.
You are. It's not real. You're outside of calls for violence. Somebody saying something you do not agree with is not hate speech. Somebody saying something mean to you is not hate speech. You're a baby. You're a child. And I am sick of the false, of somehow making it seem as if that's a real thing. That you get to just arbitrarily decide with no actual qualifications, because there's no actual criteria for what counts it as other than whatever the platform decides on that individual day, that what hate speech is. It's never evenly enforced. No go. None of it.
Dude,
Deal with it.
LeBron James is a teenage girl with mental health issues in the body of a Giga Chad.
Yeah.
I have never seen a person whose physique does not resemble at all
personality.
his like mental state.
CM Punk is pretty annoying on Twitter, and he's still in pretty good shape for a pro wrestler.
I mean, but he looks like a dork.
Yeah, he is kind of a. Hey, never mind.
Like,
He is like he was already on the small side for a wrestler, I guess.
That wine 1-1.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
truth here is
Call the ambulance.
celebrities are way overestimating the influence they have and the fanfare they have, thinking that boycotting Twitter could significantly reduce their users in any way.
Yeah.
Like, you don't actually have fans. You've just been artificially propped up by the rest of your industry to think that you're more important than you are.
And if I'm going to be completely fair to them, that will be probably a huge shock and a very painful thing to experience. Like, imagine thinking you're like this really important person, and then it just deflates one
Well,
day.
if anything, they're improving the quality of Twitter by leaving.
Can we talk about then the proposed 4D chess move to
Yes. So-
modify the culture? Okay, guys.
I have this. So this is a post from Elon Musk. This is yesterday. No, this is today. This is this morning. So it says he made a poll on Instagram that said, "Bring back Vine," and then he just asked yes or no. To which Mr. Beast responded, "If you did, and that actually competed with TikTok, that'd be hilarious." And then this is what I love about Elon Musk. He's open source. Like, he's just asking questions. What can we do to make Vine better? To make it better than TikTok. Like, he's already more of a man of the people than anyone on Twitter has been in the last 10 years by asking a question like this. A very simple question, mind you. To which then Mr. Beast says, "No one is original anymore. Whatever you do will be on every other platform the next month unless it has a deep moat. YouTube has Shorts, Instagram has Reels, Reddit, Snapchat, Facebook, all copied TikTok. Whatever you do, make it hard to copy or it's a waste of time, in my opinion." I also like that the next person then just responded to that, like with the exact same thing.
Incredibly astute of Mr. Beast.
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about A, that, and B, the rumor that verification will be a feature, not a privilege in the future, that will be only granted if you are a paying member of Twitter.
Yeah.
And I understand how initially that might seem as rough, but from a marketing perspective, I don't want to get into the political at all. I just want to, from a marketing perspective, how that could, in a way, heal the arts and culture. Right now, the arts and general society is held ransom by advertisers because our
eyes on the product is currency.
Because our central platforms all depend on the revenues of advertisers. So when certain people choose to protest and tell advertisers that they're not gonna buy their product should they endorse X, Y, and Z, advertisers they always cave for God knows why. And it affects the product, thus affecting the culture. Here's why subscription methods help, in a way, culture. Because when you subscribe and you become a patron to the thing that you want, your opinion is what matters. And the opinion of the people that are putting up instead of waiting for someone else to do it for them. That way, me, Dane Font, and people who are like-minded, we can push back against the lunacy that is spreading across the world, and we can be, listen, I understand that normally this would be the common opinion, the correct opinion, the current thing, whatever. You lose my money as a patron if you choose to bow down to this. Because the people that like the project are there for the project typically, instead of their political or social,
So is the idea here that people would have to pay to see other people's tweets? Like, I know
they already have.
I know there's Twitter Blue
competitor,
and I know there's Twitter Blue, and I also know that Elon Musk has talked about opening their own version of other aspects, like its own marketplace, to make Twitter more versatile, right? Are you saying that you want people if you have a subscription based Twitter, then people can only follow you if they pay money to see it?
So I'm talking about, in my example, I'm talking about subscription methods in general for consumption of art products.
So they would have to just for Twitter overall.
In Twitter, the thing that I think it does good is that it'll level the playing field in the sense that right now, I'm still Dane Font, and you're still Mary Morgan, and you're still Brett Dasovic, regardless of if we have the correct politics or not. So, and the feature is supposed to describe that this is actually legendary Giga Chad Dane Font. Okay? So, but I don't have a friend that works at Twitter, thus I can't get verified. Yeah. And regardless of the fact that I'm only followed by fake account bots, it still doesn't mean that that's not me.
Yeah.
So, with Twitter Blue and changing verification to that, it does several things. Number one, people, if you want the verification, it's not a privilege, it's a feature. And B, you have to verify your information. So it makes harder for bots to claim that they are people. And so in that way, because when you become of a certain enough prevalence or prestige, it behooves you to verify yourself as the opinion of X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
So people stop speaking for you. And it gets off this whole, why isn't, just to give an example, I'm sorry if it's political, why wasn't James O'Keefe verified on Twitter? Well, because he didn't have the right thing, but it's still him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, so in that case, it's why I think it works for Twitter. But in terms of culture, I think that taking away powers from advertisers and bringing it to the consumer as much as possible is the way out of this 100%.
Okay. Mary, thoughts?
I mean, it's an interesting idea, but I don't know if you're ever going to get to a point where, like, I don't think that subscriber model is going to work.
They would have to
The
enhance their
point,
content.
it also it kind of undermines what verification is about anyway. Like, it's supposed to be just factually verifying that this person is who they claim to be, not anything about their investment in what this platform is for.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
I think it's because, so to truly verify someone, you need to check like certain documents, correct?
Yeah.
I think they just have to hold up a picture.
Well, that's
verifying
Instagram. On Twitter, what you have to do, what they say, this isn't always true because of the bias in
You have to send an
people
email explaining why you are a person of.
Well, it has to include media. It has to include media
Right.
that mentions you or is about you. That's Twitter's way that they do it. Instagram is different.
So also
I hate this because it involves giving money to a big tech platform. No matter who it belongs to, I don't trust it.
well, like Instagram has subscriptions now, so people can exclusively
All of them
sign
do.
up for your
Yeah.
content. They're all becoming OnlyFans. It's just not porn OnlyFans.
They're all becoming TikTok and
Yep.
OnlyFans, and then eventually TikTok and OnlyFans are going to be the same thing.
But I think the financial.
Only talks.
And
Ugh.
I don't want to carry water for Elon Musk, but I'm saying the financial why finance helps, even if it were $1. Let's say not 20 but $1. Even if it were $1 a month, you're not gonna pay $1 for your thousands of bots
Yeah.
a month to portray something or a person that's not real.
So-
maybe interests that can spare that cash and wanna like create dissent can afford so, but like the common man just doing like some hate campaign, they won't do it.
Okay.
And they will have-
well, we'd have to see in real time, but like, I don't know.
I don't think it doesn't stop.
Whatever.
None of it stops the influence Twitter has because
Yeah.
let's face it, as much as it's annoying what these celebrities say on here, right? Journalists are still going to use curated Twitter lists of comments and hot takes as a way of marketing something as more popular or less popular than they want it to be, right? So remember how many times we see articles where it's like the internet is mad at so and so, and it's just some dude. It's just one guy named Joe Blow 32 who doesn't have.
What happened to Joe Schmo 32? By the way,
He's his brother. It's his
Joe
brother.
Blow.
Can we take it then out of the social media conversation and take it to like a movie? Let's say that independent movie studios start depending way more on subscriber versions of funded movies instead of like mega studio movies. That way they're doing a biopic of pop culture crisis and they choose to put a Latinx chick in a wheelchair to play me. To play Brett.
They can gender swap me if they want, I guess.
But the fans are like, no, you gotta put a absolute legendary Giga Chad to play Brett, and we could pull out of the project because as we're learning about it, I disagree. Like I don't want to fund this.
Who's gonna play Dane in a movie? Who plays either of you two?
Only
well,
Will
right
Smith.
now, the model for that is to, if you don't agree with what Twitter is doing, to deactivate your account and leave and not come back. And not only that, don't announce it. Don't talk about the fact that you're leaving. Don't make a big show of it, because if you do, then you're just giving more traffic to the website, and your boycott becomes useless, and it's more about self-aggrandizing. That's what you can do right now if you actually oppose what Twitter is doing. We're not ever going to see them actually have principles if that's what you're suggesting. So it's kind of a useless debate.
I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting thing to think about because it would be fun to see what they could do with Vine if you tried to like do the impossible and make Vine relevant again by making it more of an integrated part of your Twitter.
Well, they had Periscope.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I completely
integrated with your timeline, like
Holy
people who were going live on Periscope. I would love to see, since they brought up, Spaces to mirror Clubhouse, maybe Spaces could, be sort of like what Periscope was, but inviting people into, like a party.
I completely forgot about
of live streams.
Periscope. Holy crap!
Yeah, right.
That was
Like
a
that was a
thing.
thing.
Josh Gad says large exodus happening on this platform. Not sure if I stay or not. Leaning towards staying, but if today is a sign of things to come, not sure what the point is. Freedom of speech is great. Are you ready for the qualifying statement? We all know what's coming. Hate speech intended to incite harm with no consequences ain't what I signed up for. They never define what the hell that means. It intended to mean harm. Does that mean like, Josh Gad, I think you're stupid? Did I intend you harm there? No, I just called you stupid. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but hate speech is never okay, is basically what they're saying. Because they're all babies. They're all childish babies who don't know. Like, here's the thing. If you don't, like, I don't like it when people say mean things about me, but you understand that that's part of what you sign up for when you do this, and you don't have to read it. Like, the block button's a thing. The mute button is a thing. You can sector yourself
also
off.
a life outside of Twitter is a thing.
Is a thing.
Celebrities don't know that.
Yes.
But yeah, there is something that exists outside of people's opinions about you and what you post.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.